Hey ladies, my name is Teresa and welcome back to another TV Styles video. Here at TV Styles, I make content for women in their 30s and beyond. Don't worry if you're not quite 30 or if you're a little bit further on the beyond side of things, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button because there's content here for you as well. So in today's video, I've brought you guys into my bathroom. I'm going to be showing you my skincare routine. Now, just as a disclaimer, this is not something that I do every single day, but it's something that I should probably be doing more often, more like at least every other week, just a deep cleansing of the face. And yes, I have tons of problem areas with my skin. I don't know if you can tell if the camera's picking it up, but I have quite a few dark spots, hyperpigmentation going on, and also just a lot of dry patches on the skin. And I am going to try to do a better job of taking care of my skin. It's just not something that I've made a priority. And you know, as we're getting older, the skin gets older as well, and it definitely requires a bit more attention. So today, I'm bringing you guys along as I do my deep cleansing of my face. And yes, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is get my face nice and damp. Unfortunately, I don't have a face steamer. If I did, I would certainly start with that. And just as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert when it comes to skincare. I'm just gonna show you guys some things that I typically do in my routine and some things that I found helpful over the years. So I've got the water running just to warm it up a bit. I don't like to use cold water and I don't like to use water that's too hot. So I'm just gonna warm it up just a bit, and then I'm going to moisten my face. Okay, so now my face is wet. Before I actually do any cleansing or use any product, I'm going to go in with my facial skin scrubber. I actually got this from Amazon. I saw another YouTuber use something very similar. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm gonna use this to get in the areas around my nose, just to try to get rid of some of the whiteheads. This is very gentle, the tool itself, very gentle. Just gonna gently just run it across my nose and around the sides of my nose. I'm gonna turn the water off. Around the sides of my nose. So simply just gonna turn on the power button here, hold it down. And there's different options. There's a cleaning option, the lifting option, ion plus, and then ion negative. For what I'm using it for today, I'm just gonna do a quick lifting just to get the whiteheads out of my nose. So there's a button here on the side to select the setting. So it's on lifting. You can see the little button, and here we go. Hopefully you guys can see, like, it's kind of gross, but like it's picking up. And let me grab a paper towel just to kind of wipe that off. Like I said, it has been a while since I've done this, but just gonna hold my nose taut like so. And you don't want to stay on a section too long, just a quick pass. And you can actually do this around your whole face if you wanted to. But I just like to do it on my nose since that's like my main problem area. And you can probably see some redness there on the nose. But it's not painful at all. When I was a little girl, my mom used to actually squeeze my nose because I used to get so many blackheads on my nose. And I apologize if some of you guys are squeamish while watching this. Certainly feel free to turn off if you want to. I'm gonna re-wet my face. And for you guys out there who are a bit more seasoned when it comes to facial care, skincare, please leave comments down in the comment section below so that I can get some tips as well. Like I said, I am not an expert. I just kind of do things that I've seen on YouTube, things that have worked for me over the years. And yes, that's kind of what I'm just doing today. So as I stated, I wanted to go ahead with the cleaning process, and I'm going to be using this cleanser by Clinique. I actually picked this up from Marshall's, and I actually showed this in a haul video that I did probably a few months ago, but it's the Clinique Liquid Facial Soap Oily Skin Formula, and it's a daily cleanser. So my face is wet, and I'm only going to take like just a small pump, because a little goes a long way with this product. And I'm just going to take it and get in there really good. And I may need to re-wet my face just a bit. Yeah. It's very gentle, but it feels really, really, really good. It feels like it's doing something. Nice and sudsy. And I like to let it sit in the skin. And one thing that I learned from my esthetician is to kind of work the product upward, because you don't want to sag or bring the skin down. I don't know if I heard that correctly. I feel like that's what was said. So yes, just kind of working it in. Okay, so it looks like it's worked in pretty good. And just gonna go in with some more warm water and rinse it off. Okay, so now that I have rinsed off, just gonna grab a clean white towel. I only use white towels when I'm washing my face or when I'm just kind of drying my face off, because I just like to see some results. I like to see if there's any dirt or any makeup left on the skin. And I'm just gonna pat dry. Very gently. You don't want to rub too hard here. At least that's what I've been told. So I just try to follow suit. The next thing that I'm gonna do is, and this may be a little bit redundant, but once again, doing what works for me. You have to figure out what works for you. Probably about twice a week, I will go in with a daily scrub. And like I said, ideally, I would like to do it about twice a week, but sometimes I don't even get to it once a week. Just depends on whenever I remember, and I'm gonna try to be a little bit better about it. But this scrub is the Aveeno Positively Radiant Skin Brightening Daily Scrub. It's very gentle, so I'm just going to re-moisten my face and then apply just a dime-sized amount of this. Work it into the skin just to kind of exfoliate, remove any dead skin cells that my normal cleanser doesn't get off. So I'm gonna re-wet my face right now. Okay, so I have wet skin yet again. And like I said, just a small amount goes a long way. This product as well. And I'm just going to gently work it into the skin. And once again, I'll let this sit into the skin just for a few seconds as well. But you can feel the little scrub beads kind of working its magic. Trying to get my nose and staying away from under my eyes and around my eyes. You want to be very gentle when you are exfoliating because it can definitely damage the skin if not done properly. And who's to say I'm doing it properly? I have no idea. All right, I'm gonna rinse. Okay, same white towel, and you could definitely use a different white towel here if you wanted to, or a different towel, but this one's still pretty clean. And I'm sure I'm gonna get slammed in the comments for reusing this towel, but like I said, I'm a novice. I'm just gonna pat dry. All right, so now that my skin is clean and exfoliated, I am going to give it some extra love by doing a charcoal mask. And I'm gonna allow the mask to sit on my skin for about 10 minutes. So you guys will see the finished product once I get it all applied and wiped off. But I'm gonna be using the brand by The Ordinary. I have it written on here Tuesdays and Thursdays because originally that was the plan, to go in and put a mask on twice a week. Hopefully I can get back to that, but hopefully you guys can see it. It's the Ordinary brand that you get from Sephora. It's very, very, very inexpensive. Let's see, so it's the mask, charcoal mask. I can't pronounce that, so I'm just gonna, hopefully you guys can read it. Yes, so I will apply it. I do have a brush that I also picked up from Sephora as well. But hopefully now we are working to restore some moisture back into the skin. So I'm just going to use this tip. So you could either use the brush head or the little flat head, and I'm going to use the flat head to apply. So yeah, it looks like that, charcoal. And I'm just going to, in no way, shape, or form, just start to apply this stuff, and I'll be back once I get it all on. Okay, so I am relatively covered, I'd say. Still a few areas, but for the most part, the most important areas are covered. And like I said, this mask dries pretty quickly. The instructions say to let the mask sit for, let's see, I believe it's 10 minutes, but let me just be sure. Yes, leave on for no more than 10 minutes. So I am going to set a timer. I'll be back once this dries, and I will see you guys once it does. Okay, so this has been on my face for almost a full 10 minutes. Alexa should be going off. There she is right about now. Alexa, stop. So it's been 10 minutes. As you can see, this has hardened on my face. It's a little bit hard to talk in the moment because my face is like very stiff. So I am going to run some warm water once again, get this removed from my face. A little warm water removes that mask really easily. Okay, so my skin is feeling and looking 10 times better than it did earlier before I started. And like guys, a charcoal mask will do wonders for your skin. Okay, so as I stated, I'm trying to get the moisture back into my skin. So I'm going to follow up with some witch hazel. I get this from Target. This is just like a little travel size one. I am actually on the hunt for an actual toner for my skin, but for right now, I just use the witch hazel and it works just fine. So I'm just going to spray this all over my face just so that I can help to lock in some moisture. I like to follow up with another product by The Ordinary, and it's a hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. It's for hydration, and it's a hydrator and an oil. So you basically just put this on prior to putting on any type of moisturizer, and then you let it work itself into the skin. And just a few drops is all you need of the product. Oops. I'll just put a few drops on the skin and then I'll work it in. I'm just gonna let that work itself into the skin. And then I'm going to focus on my eyes for a bit. I have it's a firming eye serum. I picked this up from Marshall's as well. I believe this was $5.99, but this is by the brand, I believe it's Lanocreme, and it's collagen formula. This is what the bottle looks like. Actually a pretty nice looking bottle. And just a little pump goes a long way. Okay, so this has been super fun, ladies. I am down to my last step in my skincare routine, and the last step really depends on where I'm at in the day. If this is something that I'm doing first thing in the morning, then I want to make sure that I have or apply an SPF, moisturizer with an SPF, and I have the Aveeno. It's the Aveeno Positively Radiant Daily Moisturizer, and it has a SPF 15, so I would typically use this if I know that I need to go out, run some errands, if I'm going to be in the sun at all. You can actually use an SPF cream on its own. I don't have one. I do need to pick one up, but I do use this. If I'm going to bed and I know that that's pretty much it for the night, then I will use just the normal Cetaphil Daily Moisturizing Cream. But since it's still, there's still a possibility of me going out, running some errands today, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Aveeno and a few pumps of this because it's not as heavy as the Cetaphil. So I wanna make sure that I get enough of it onto my skin. And I'm just gonna rub in an upward motion. And this is it. This is all I do. I know this is quite a bit. If this is something that you're gonna do a couple of times a week, I'd say you only need to do most of these steps once or twice a week. And if you're just doing like a daily cleansing, typically I just either use a scrub or a cleanser, eye cream, and moisturizer. That's it. As always, I really hope that this has been helpful. Hope that you guys have found this to be entertaining. And until next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.